Next section is called measures of central tendency. It's mean, median, and mode. So mean is the average of a data set. It is the sum of all the values divided by the number of values you were given. The median is the middle, if there's an odd number of numbers, or mean of the two middle, if there's an even number of numbers, in the data set that has been put in order from least to greatest. Mode is the number that happens most often in a data set. It is possible that there is no mode, and it's possible that there are many modes. And an outlier is a number which is greatly different than the others in a data set. And for your own knowledge, it's most likely to affect the mean. So we're going to find the mean, median, mode of these and identify any outliers. The first thing I want you to do when you're doing mean, median, mode, and the things that will come next section, is put your set in order. So here that's going to be 3, 3, 4, 6, 8, 8, 8. When I do this, I put commas between my numbers, and I'm going to count the number of numbers twice, once for what I was given, once for what I wrote, to make sure I got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So we're asked to do the mean, median, and mode. So mean, we will add all of those numbers up. 3 and 3 makes 6. 6 and 4 is 10. 10 and 6 is 16. 3 eighths is 24. 24 and 16 is 40. And we'll divide by the number of numbers that were there. That is 7. You are absolutely allowed and encouraged to use a calculator for this particular section. 40 divided by 7 is about 5.7. I'm rounding to one decimal place for the sake of not taking forever. You will also be allowed to round your means to one decimal place. Median is the middle. So the way I like to find the middle is I just go and go, okay, knock off each end, and then work my way in. So knock off each number that's now on the end. Now go knock off each number that's now on the end, and the number in the middle is 6. The mode is the number or numbers that appear most often. For this set, 8 appears 3 times, which makes it the mode. That's it. In the next set, first thing I want you to do is put it in order. So that, to me, I'm seeing 5 is the smallest number. There are 2 6s. There are 2 7s. There are 2 8s. There are 2 9s. And there's a 91. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mean, median, mode. For the mean, we will add those numbers up. So 5 and 2 6s and 2 7s and 2 8s and 2 9s and a 91 is 156. There are 10 numbers, which means the mean is 15.6. The median, so if I do my little trick where I go end to end, end to end, end to end, end to end, I'm left with 2 numbers in the middle. And you can't cross both of them out because then you have nothing left. So to find the median in this situation, we take those numbers and add them, and whatever we get, we divide by 2. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Mode is the number that appears most often. Number that appears most often. And here, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all appear twice. This data set is what we call multimodal, meaning it has more than one modes. All 4 of those, 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, are the modes. So this has 4. This data set has an outlier, because as we look at these, we've got a bunch of small numbers, and then 91 is way out of nowhere. The first data set didn't have any outliers because they were all single-digit numbers. This data set has an outlier because 91, not only is it a two-digit number in with one-digit numbers, but it is a two-digit number that is very far away from those one-digit numbers. Another set. So step one is always put it in order. So we'll go 12, 28, 53, 101. And we'll do our tasks. Mean. We have to add those up. So 12 and 28 and 53. Can't read my own writing. And 101 is 194. There are four numbers, so we'll take 194 and divide it by 4 to find the mean of 48.5. To get the median, if I cross out the two ends, I'm left with two numbers in the middle. Those are 28 and 53. So I will add those and divide by 2. 28 plus 53 is 81. Half of 81 is 40.5. Mode is the number that appears most often. But there's one caveat to that, one thing that must be true. In order to be a mode, you have to repeat at least once. If, as happens here, your dataset has all unique numbers, there is no mode. And outliers. We could argue that 101 is an outlier. The other numbers are two-digit numbers, and while there's a bit of space between them, 101 is like 50 almost away from the closest number. So, again, to be an outlier, you've got to be a big chunk away from the rest of the numbers. 50 would qualify as a big chunk. 12 does not. It's only 16 away from 28, and these numbers are pretty well spaced out anyway. Last bit here, using this chart, answer the questions. So we've got a chart of the 8 planets of the solar system and the number of moons that they had when your book was published. Your textbook was published, I think, in 2007, maybe even been a little earlier than that. So a lot of these numbers, not Earth, not Mars, but the outer planets, the gas giants, their numbers are actually a bit higher now. But we're going to use the numbers we were given. So first question is, what is the average number of moons of the terrestrial planets? The terrestrial planets are the inner rocky planets. So that is these 4. These are terrestrial. And these outer 4 are the gas giants. So the terrestrial planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. How many moons do they have combined? 3. What is the number of numbers I just added to get that? 4. I added Mercury's 0, Venus's 0, Earth's 1, and Mars's 2. So what's the average number of moons per terrestrial planet? Well, 3/4 is 3/4, that's 0.75. What is the average number of moons of the gas giants? Okay, so here we actually need to do some adding, because the gas giants are Jupiter's 38, and Saturn's 39, and Uranus is 21, and Neptune's 8. So those planets have a combined 106. 106 moons divided by the 4 planets means each gas giant on average has 26.5 moons. What is the average number of moons per planet in the solar system? Well, hey, this is actually easy. there are 109 planets, or yeah, 109 moons, sorry. There are 8 planets. That's, if I can type 109 divided by 8, that is 13.625 moons per planet. I got the 109 by adding 106 and 3, the 8 by adding 4 and 4, if you're interested in how I did that quickly. What is the mode of the number of moons? Mode is the number that appears most often. So when you look at that chart, the mode is 0. It's the only number that repeats and it appears twice. 0 is not the same as no mode. 0 is a number. Last question, what is the median? And I'm going to have to scroll back up here to do it so I can put these in order. So from least to greatest, the numbers are 0, 0, 1, 2, 8, 21, 38, and 39. So knock off the end, working my way in, working my way in. The two numbers in the middle are 2 and 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 divided by 2 for our median is 5.